Chapter 14. The email arrives at lunchtime on Wednesday. At the governor's meeting last night, a new HR policy was approved concerning staff interpersonal relationships. Dating relationships are strongly discouraged between staff members within the school and may result in disciplinary action. This does not apply to married couples who both work at the school. I shut my laptop lid and grab my bag to head into the staff room, simmering with anger. So this is how he decides to punish me. David Clark, you... Have you read the email? Michael appears in the doorway, his forehead furrowed. Oh yes, I reply. HR, the perfect weapon. He steps towards me and takes my hands. Jen, he says quietly, please don't go off and vent about this. I have a few ideas how to approach this and I need you to trust me. I meet his gaze and his grey eyes are soothing. I sigh. All right, I concede, but can we take a walk or something just to get out of here for a bit? Sure. Wrapping up in our coats, we head out of the school gates and along the streets. The sky seems permanently cloudy, but there are some patches of sunlight breaking through. I take some deep breaths and instantly feel calmer. Breathing different air, getting into a different space just has such a profound impact. So, what's your plan? I turn to Michael expectantly. Let me talk to David, he says, and then we'll go from there. What if he says he's not going to change the policy? Which is exactly what I think he's going to say. Are you going to break up with me? Or are we going to have to meet in secret? I'm kind of joking, but kind of not. This feels like the sort of thing Michael would do in order to stay on David's good side and not rock the boat. Jen, I love you and I'm not going to break up with you, Michael says firmly. I can't help smiling, but I note he hasn't ruled out the secrecy option. Let's not talk about it anymore. It'll just wind you up. How about we make plans for our trip this weekend to my parents? This trip is definitely making me nervous now. Michael wasn't an easy person to get to know. What are his parents going to be like? For an English teacher, Michael's not very good at describing them. My dad is quite a direct person. You always know where you are with him. My mum is quiet and she loves Jane Austen and the Brontes, so you should get on well. This is slightly reassuring, but it's hard to picture what his family dynamic is like. His younger sister's a similar age to Katie, my sister, and she's not at home anymore. Maybe we can all meet up together, Katie says as we talk on the phone later that evening. I haven't met her yet. I roll my eyes. We're going to church on Sunday. I think they're quite religious. Oh, she says. Is Michael religious? I don't really know, I say. He doesn't seem to be, to me. Apart from the chastity thing, I add silently. I hope they're not judgy, Katie says. Can you think of any religious people who aren't judgy? I can, actually, I smile. Michael's friends, Dan and Louise. We went to their house for dinner and it was actually really lovely. Unlike our non-dinner at David's. How is Mr. Clark? He's introduced a new policy. No dating. What? Katie sounds shocked. I know. So what are you going to do? Well, Michael's going to talk to him. I bet that's a fun conversation, Katie says dryly. And Michael said he's not going to break up with me. I'm grinning from ear to ear now at the memory. He said he loves me. Wow, you guys have been together for like a month now? Must be getting serious, hey? I don't think Michael can do anything else, I say. He does everything 100%, no half measures. He is intense, Katie agrees, but in a good way. If his parents are as intense as he is, I'm in for a long weekend. I can't shake off my worries about the new policy, though. I post on a WhatsApp group with two of my friends from school, Dina and Claire, to get their opinions. They're lawyers, so hopefully they can shed some light on the legalities. Me. Can they enforce this? Dina. Feels a bit invasive to me. Surely lots of people meet at work and start dating. Claire. It's also the sort of thing they wouldn't need to act on unless something inappropriate happened on site or with students present. Me. What if, for example, some students saw me and Michael when we were out somewhere together? Dina. So what? It's a free country. Claire. I also think the policy sounds old-fashioned with the marriage clause. What if a couple have been together for years and they don't want to get married? Me. Maybe this is a classic example of David talking to the right people and getting this through. Dina. Go to your union rep and ask them to challenge it. Now that is a good idea. Plus my rep is Judy, and she has no fear when it comes to taking on the establishment, especially as she's retiring soon. Me. Hey Judy, I'm a bit concerned about the new HR policy of no dating because of Michael. Can you query it from a union standpoint? Judy. Already on it, don't worry. That gives me some relief anyway. I muddle through the rest of the week, marking books and fielding millions of emails. Michael's love for me still hasn't changed his mind on the whole midweek date amnesty, but I need to clear everything for the weekend, so maybe it's a good thing. When we finally reach Friday, he picks me up from my house and loads my suitcase into the car. I kiss Dad goodbye. I'll be back on Sunday. Have fun, he says. Lessons pass, and once the final bell rings, Michael comes to get me from my room. We walk out to the staff car park, and Joseph Vermont, a maths teacher, gives us a look. Have a good weekend, Michael says chirpily. I can't be bothered to be nice, so I just glare at him until he looks away. Michael's car is beginning to look a lot less pristine than usual, and I congratulate myself on my influence. There are some hair bobbles in the side tray, sweet wrappers in the glove compartment, and a lipstick under the radio. I pick it up and pull down the mirror to apply it. Don't, Michael says. Why not? I ask, affronted. He revs the engine and starts to roll the car forwards. Well, firstly I'm about to drive off, so you could end up with it all over your face, he says, looking both ways across the junction before pulling out onto the road. Secondly, you look better without it. You're beautiful. He turns down into a side street and then swerves the car into a space next to some garages. And thirdly, because I want to do this, he kisses me suddenly, without getting your lipstick all over my face. Very compelling reasons, I manage to articulate before pulling him down to kiss me again. It's the moment we've been waiting for all week. When our lips touch, it's like breathing oxygen underwater. It's like the sudden, dizzying swoon of a pungent alcoholic drink. I lose my thoughts, my words, and everything except this completely consuming feeling and emotional pull. His hand touches my thigh and I gasp. My whole body leans towards him, screaming to be touched. I slide my hand down his back and feel him shiver. Michael, I mutter from the back of my throat. I want you. I want you too, he murmurs, moving his mouth away from mine and kissing my cheek instead. But I should focus on driving. Your mind on other things, I joke. There's probably some kid around filming us putting it all on YouTube, Michael grins. Just like in London, you're never more than 6 foot away from a rat. In Widlock, you're always in proximity of a school kid. I laugh, but I look nervously around, just in case.